Howdy folks, Brian with BG Model Workshop back again for another bench update and shop cards. So starting off with Taylor Brown is our shop card of the week. So check out Too Tall's Model Car Garage if you haven't already. Taylor's doing some work on his 1/1 scale GMC called the Green Heap. So pop in and see what he's got going on with that. Okay, so mail call. Going to start off with our buddy up there in Washington. There's Chopper's Rusty Customs. Excuse me, Chopper's Rusty Customs is what that says, because I can read real good now. So check out Chopper's Rusty Customs. I understand he's actually the president of the local club up there, and they got a show coming up this weekend, I believe. So check out his channel. He does some great work. He also likes to do some chatting online. So he's a real cool guy, and we like him a lot. And for Mr. Todd Staples, Tool Taz. That's a sweet looking pickup truck, Todd. I like that a lot. Unfortunately, the U.S. Mail Service was not too kind with the card, but it's still an awesome looking card. So thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate that. So, what have we got going on? Well, we are working on, let's move this out of the way, our 1957 Chevy Bel Air from AMT. And you know what AMT stands for, right? Oh man, this is going to take forever. But we're having a little bit of success here and there. Like our engine is looking pretty nice. I decided to go with a deep dark red on this. I believe the color is deep dark red. I can't remember exactly. But we did some gunmetal on our exhaust manifolds. We're going to rust those up a little bit with some powdered pigments that we got a long time ago at a model railroad shop back there. Look at this here, the train shop. $6.95 for this. This probably costs about $30 today, but I've had that for about 20 years and it's still nearly full. So tried to highlight the script on the side there. We did not wire this one because we just figured we'd go ahead and build it as a boxer. And the exhaust manifolds they were in the kit, but they're not from the kit. I know that because these are black and everything is molded in this color. So we're going to paint up our transmission and everything now because the engine is done. And since we don't have to hold on to that anymore, we can now put our silver paint on there and highlight that. But this was supposed to be a through the block axle type of deal, and we have an itty bitty little patch right here on each side to try and mask that, because as Fubar Model Yard says, that ain't happening. So yeah, we're doing pretty good, making pretty good progress on the engine and transmission. And then here is our interior tub. And we have it all masked off because these areas here are going to be a really fancy color of metallic blue by Tamiya, and it's actually called metallic blue X13. So what's cool about Tamiya is the color is very well represented by the lids on these things, so you know what you're going to be getting into. And then for the floor carpets, because those are fairly nicely molded and patterned, so I decided to cover them up with some flocking, but we're going to use this embossing powder here that we got at the lobby of Hobbies, and I like the fact that it's got the little black flecks in it, so this ought to be really cool looking when we get that laid down inside of there. So that's going to be this weekend's project. Our instrument panel has been painted body color, and we are happy about that because we went to our friends over at Best Model Car Parts and got some nice little gauges. It even has the little clock that goes in front of the passenger seat. Oh, also got some fuzzy dice and some floor mats just in case the flocking doesn't turn out right. So we got that going on there. We did some weathering on the chassis today. We did the Ushi powder on the exhaust pipes, all through there. We got the steel one. So thank you to Benny over at Fubar Model Yard and Charlie Mack for bringing this to bringing Ushi powder to the attention of the modeling community. It's a wonderful, wonderful product, and you can see here how nicely it shows up. This is a flat black base. I know Mr. Mack did a kind of like a product review when he did. He polished up some different rims, and the satin that this flat black was supposed to be really does give us a nice metallic hue to it, where it's not polished. It just looks like a steel pipe. And this is actually molded in exhaust, so that's how nice this is helping us out. And what I did was I used one of these little micro tip brushes, and then I did the tops, and then along the sides I just shadowed just along the edge there, and this gave me the detail that I wanted to. This little brush here gave me the ability to put that Ushi powder right where I wanted it to be and not all over the place. So then I went back with my railroad pigments and rusted her up just a little bit to give her some wear and tear. We still got to do our front suspension weathering. I haven't decided how we're going to do that yet, because I only have the one shade of Ushi powder, and I don't want everything to be that color, if you know what I mean. Let's see, we talked about that already. Oh, and the only real roadblock we're hitting on this kit here is right here in the front. You see the white styrene that we added on there? Somebody, I had mentioned this before. This kit was actually a garage sale find, and somebody had down here had filed these flat, and I don't know why, but it is what it is. And then also the kit was supposed to have a little metal C-shaped spring thing that's supposed to go down in this blurry area right here. Oh, there we go, right down there, and that's supposed to help you keep the hood closed and open the hood and stuff like that. So it wasn't working out because we didn't have that piece, so I just filled it in with some scrap styrene. And then if you see these little dots right here, you can't see anything with that. Oh, it's blurry. There we go. These little dots right here, those are actually micro magnets that we glued in there. And what we're hoping to do is make sure that hood stays closed. We got this set here for Christmas for Mrs. BG, and this was actually a Christmas present. She didn't. It wasn't one of those, I'm going to get you this for Christmas, and then give it to me like 6 months early. But yeah, I saw that Edgar over at Mad Labs does that trick, so I thought, let's give it a try. That's going to be awesome. And then last but not least, the kit headlight buckets are a little bit too large for this kit. And I went through the parts box, and I actually found some 57 Chevy headlight bezels from a different kit, and those are going to fit better than the original ones. So that's what we got going on with our Back to the 50s build. And we're going to do another video real quick because it's getting long on our Tamiya Volkswagen. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye now.